All right, shoot. Questions?
What do you know about Iowa's defense? What challenges they present to you guys?
Well coached, physical. 93 is a heck of a defensive lineman, really good player. Very sound fundamentally. Tough team. Just pretty much like every defense we face this year, it seems like.
It seems like every time we ask about the opposing defense, there's some big defensive linemen that you guys have.
Yeah.
Is that some sort of a theme of the Big Ten Conference?
It must be. Obviously our first go round. I'm very impressed with the defensive lines and leagues, but just defenses in general. They play good, sound defense. You have to beat them. They're not going to give you the game. You got to come to play. It's got to be physical, and you got to earn everything you get against them.
When you have one guy who's in an elite talent like that, or like we face against Michigan and Penn State, they have a couple guys in the interior that are talented. Does it change? Did you alter, you tweak your scheme a little bit to go against those guys?
Not really. No. There's a lot of good defensive linemen. We played a lot of good guys, and you can't let one player on a defense dictate the game to you. I just don't think you can do that. I think there's things you can do to help them, but I don't know that there's things you do to just completely change what you feel like you need to do to win the game because of one guy or two guys, for that matter, whoever it may be.
Coach Rex is coming off his statistically worst game of the season. What do you got to do to get him back? Did they do anything that you weren't expecting against him last week at all?
No, we got to get first downs. We were 0 for whatever on third down. That had nothing to do with our running the football. I think we averaged 5 yards a play. We just didn't average them when we needed them. We got to convert third downs. That's the bottom line. And when we can't stay on the field, bad things happen. So that's exactly what happened.
Did they throw some, different schemes at you? I know they were throwing a lot of guys in the line of scrimmage, bailing them out, a lot of different things.
Yeah, they were a little bit. I think sometimes maybe we were a little confused. We just didn't execute very well on a whole in those situations. Whatever it may have been, everybody took their turn at one time or another, from back protection, from quarterback read to offensive line protection to wide receiver route. We all took our turn, and it snowballed, and we weren't able to make a play when we needed to make a play. We were fortunate, at least coming out at halftime, only down 7 at that point. But our defense played well to keep us in the game, to be honest with you.
When you guys did get it rolling a little bit, down goes a Michigan player. That must have been frustrating.
Yeah, it seems to be a trend starting to happen a little bit.
Do you guys talk to the conference office, or do you do anything about it?
I don't know. That's up to Coach Bo. How he does. We certainly express our observations about it, but that's up to those guys.
You scored 3 or 4 touchdowns now out of the diamond formation. Does its effectiveness encourage you to be able to build on that in the last couple games and even next year? How well it's worked?
Yeah, it's a good changeup. That's what it is. It's what it is. It's just a good changeup. I don't know if you could live in the formation the whole time. It's a good changeup. Teams don't do it. It's a unique formation. It causes teams alignment issues, and that's why we're able to get some big plays out of it.
Can you not live in it because it has an inherent weakness?
Well, you just, like anything, you can't live in any formation for a long period of time. I think you're most effective when you're keeping a defense off balance. The more you line up the same, the more the guys dig their cleats in and go, okay, here they come.